Hello, good afternoon car buyers. I'm Neil from Bathcars, and today's car is the VW Golf GT TDI. It's a 115 brake horsepower, this one with the 6-speed gearbox, and it's being sold for spares and repair. So if you're not interested in that, don't watch any further. Car has just two owners showing on the logbook. It was a Belgium import for starters. There is a receipt from Belgium for the car, 36,000 Pfennig or whatever they dealt in back then. And drives okay. I've just driven it back from Bristol yesterday. I made it all the way back without any hiccups, and to be fair, the engine doesn't smoke. It doesn't. It produces good power and torque. The gearbox is fine, the clutch is fine, the aircon blows cold as well, and it's got a great history, which actually is quite surprising, really, isn't it, when you expect something like this to last a couple 100,000 miles and the engine's playing up at 168k. It is the 3-door version, and we do have 3 keys actually, in fact, and there's fairly new discs and pads fitted to this car, as well as a newish alternator. Everything works okay, the remote locking, the electric windows, the lights, the indicators, the washers, the wipers, the seats, everything works fine. Just the engine, I'm afraid. So what I'll do is I'll run around the car, look at its alloy wheels. We do have the locking wheel nut, and those tyres there are not far off new actually. Budget tyre, but not far off new. On the back here, about half worn. A little bit of body damage just to this locality here, not much at all. Touch in very easily. There are some carpet mats. Alas, someone's had the parcel shelf out the back and the spare wheel, so you need a spare from a scrapyard. Cost you about 20 quid for the 2 items, I should imagine. And alloy wheel again, pretty good condition alloy wheels, and he's about 2/3 worn, that one there, and this one here, you can see again loads of meat on that one, pretty good condition. And all okay. The screen's in good order as well, so the screen's all in fairly good order. Now, the engine unfortunately is knocking, so it's got a pretty bad sound to it. What we'll do actually is go and have a look at that history a minute. Okay, welcome to the documents and history then for this VW Golf. Shows just 2 keepers. Since 2008 was the last keeper. Registered December 1999. It's a Golf. And the details just say saloon here. That's because it's an import, and we've got the documentation for the purchase of the car as a Golf Highline 1.9 TDI 85 watt, which is 115 bhp actually, 115 brake horsepower, in pearl effect green, and the price paid for it was 16,000 euros. No, 36,000. Pfennig, I think that's Pfennig, isn't it? Belgium Pfennig, possibly. Anyway, so there it is. Imported vehicle, but bought in Belgium. And there's some nice receipts and bills actually. My last service here at 142k. Auxiliary tensioner replaced. Offside rear coil spring replaced. Another one here at 117. Front tyres. Just a comment actually. So receipt there. Bill at 2010 for a MOT test at Ferrari in Swindon, no less. Wow. Air conditioning certificate. Spare keys, a spare remote key, and we do have both keys, both remote keys and a little valet key, plastic valet key. Owner's manuals. Yeah, owner's manuals, there we are. Loads of old MOTs, and the current MOT is valid till the 1st of December 2012. We don't have it here, I'm afraid, but it's on the VOSA system. And then we've got a service book, service record with 85 kilowatts. I thought it was a 110, but it says 115 on the actual invoice. 85 kilowatt, 115 pack. All PK, PS, BHP. Service history goes 9k, 18k, 26, 35, 44, 52, 62, 72. Cam belt changed at 86 in 2007, at 83k, 92, and 117, then 142, which those 2 bills are there for. Okay then, so all the keys. Original purchase receipt, V5, MOT till December 2012. Back to the car. Okay, welcome back then. So electric windows, electric mirrors. It's got the beige interior, which is a bit soiled, but would clean up, I expect. The steering wheel's the leather type with the airbags. It's got the 6-speed box, the centre armrest, and the passenger seat's not too bad as well. So a little bit of grease remover and a decent wet clean inside, and you have a fairly up-together car. The owner's manuals are present, and the locking wheel nuts in there as well. Right, the keys, remote key with the plastic key, and we do have the spare key. It's done 169k 815. There's a decent drop of diesel in there to get you back. The airbag light goes out, the ABS light goes out. Traction control, and the aircon blows nice and cold. It blows really cold actually. So I'll just start her up a minute. Now, I drove this back about 22 miles yesterday, and I got her up to about 60 miles an hour in 6th gear. And as long as I'm not pulling too much RPM, it seemed to be okay, and it probably could go on for quite some time actually. Yeah, it idles over there quite happily. It's got a trip computer in there as well, and still showing 47.3 mpg. The radio doesn't work. That's just a gas radio I've just chucked in there just to cover the hole up. I think probably what's happened is this one was a part exchanged in at Car Shop, and we bought a few off of them, and this got bundled into the deal for the part X's. There's a relatively new alternator underneath there. There is also a good clean coolant bottle, spot on. Decent battery as well, good big battery. Fires the car over nicely. I'll just let you listen to that a minute. So you can hear it's a bit noisy, but you could drive this away, and you probably could drive it 100 miles or so, and it might be fine, but it's got an issue. I'll rev it up a second. Doesn't overheat, coolant level's fine, and the engine oil level's fine as well. Okay, so there it is then, spares a repair, GT TDI 99 on the V. Import car, but that doesn't make no odds. 120 quid a year, sorry, 120 quid to tax it for 6 months. And the body shell's in good order. It's not a bad looking car at all really, just a shame about the knocking engine. Okay, thanks for watching, speak to you soon, bye bye.